27th. Good evening. Hey Jill, let's have a New Year's party this Saturday. It's not a bit too soon. Why, did someone famous get killed at the New Year's party? No, I mean, never mind. Sure, I'm in for it. Great. And Jill? He's coming too. I mean, it's not like he has anything else to do. Hey. No, I mean, where is he? He was escorting a client of his to the station. He should be back any second now. Back. See? So you're coming to the New Year's party too, Jill? It's not like I have anything else to do, so... I told you. Or depressing people. Oh yeah, the kid from the other day, Gabby I think you called her, asked me to give you this. I believe it's a note. A note? Gabby, let's see. Whoa. That music came out of nowhere. It's also really loud. First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior before. I was still hurt by my sister's death, and it wasn't fair to take all the stress on you, let alone put the blame on you. And so it feels weird to ask this of you after how I treated you, but I really want to talk to you. I want to catch up, to chat for a while, to do what you were doing with me before I lashed out. I want to understand this freedom you talked about, and the fear that drove you to fight with my sister. I'll go back to the bar on the 31st, and it won't take much of your time. If you don't want to see me after all that, I'll understand. But please, I really want to talk to you, Gabby. Wow, that girl has a big vocabulary. She was always a smart one. The 31st is written in different handwriting. Oh yeah, she asked me why you would be here, when you would be here, and relatively free, so I told her about the party. I also assumed you'd say yes to the party, which might not have been the best idea now that I think about it. But boss, I'm having second thoughts about coming to the party. What? Why? Because I really don't want to face Gabby again. Now it's coming back to me. What drove me to never go back and apologize after all these years? Fear and shame. Shame because I know I made a hideously stupid mistake, and it's painful to face your mistakes. And fear of what they might say. With Lenore, we never broke up formally, so I was always afraid that if we were to meet again, she'd break up with me. And I don't want Gabby to tell me that she hates me to my face. Lenore was in the right to break up with me, and Gabby's in the right to hate me. But I don't want her to. Maybe if I never see her again, she'll never tell me that, and... Jill, you idiots! Eh? You're thinking backwards. Didn't the letter say she wanted to understand you? If you bail out on this, she will hate you. Not only that, but you're getting a new chance here. Do you want to live the rest of your life running it from another memory? Didn't you just say to Armitage that you hated feeling like that? Armitage. A titty hacker. Alma, right. I don't know what happened when you fought with that girl's sister, but now you have a chance to make amends. And not only that, you have us watching your back. So I want you to think about this. One day, a fear, or a lifetime filled with regret. Which do you pick? Yeah, you're right. I hate feeling like that. I won't run away this time. Good, because I would have gone to the apartment and dragged you out of there if you need be. Hey boss, thanks. That's what friends are for. Yeah. Anyway, let's start the day. That was a really loud music. That was really loud music. I wish there was a random button. I also wish I could... How do I unlock more music? Like, what are these question marks? Let's do the opposite this time. I don't know. Where is it? There it is. Then one, snowfall. And the rest. There we go. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Seriously though, it's the second note that has stirred such feelings in me. Second one. 2 weeks ago I got another note in the mail. This one is from Lenore. Was that the envelope you took away from me in a panic? Yep. You haven't opened it? Why not open it with Gabby? You're facing one fear, might as well face the other. Maybe. Don't push her, Chief. I'm not. I just know she's capable of doing all that. I'll go secure stuff for the party. Call me if you need anything. Keep it up, Jill. Thanks. Happy holidays. Someone's happy. We held a party for the staff and their children. You should have seen their faces of those kids receiving gifts. And having the Santa suit at the last minute the other day was totally worth it. Santa dresses seem to have been popular this year. I heard they were sold out in most places. There was this weird shortage of Santa suits, but luck was on my side this year. Sorry for that outburst. Why? You look so happy. I felt happy too. You shouldn't hide your happiness. Anyway, can you get me a cobalt velvet, please? Sure. Who came? Oh, not Gabby. Okay. Cobalt velvet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I feel like when I'm reading whatever she's saying to like fake me out, I'm gonna forget what the person ordered. So I'm being like extra cautious every time I read whatever she says here. Here. Thanks. Are you meeting with Sai today? She should be here in a bit. She told me she wanted a drink here, and since I was coming here too. Sadly, I can't stay for long. I have some errands to run. How's she been lately? She's better. Her wounds have been healing really nicely. If only she stopped scratching at her bandage so often. What about her eye? Eye? Oh, hers. Sorry. I'll take longer to heal, but as long as it's kept clean, there should be no problem. But to be honest, I'm more worried about her emotional wounds. She doesn't show it, but she's had depressive bouts from time to time. And who can blame her? Her life changed completely. The job she loved no longer exists. She was used as a disposable pawn in the whole bank affair. I'm afraid it will make her go back to her old ways. Old ways? There was a rough spot when Sai was a teen. Her mom's clinic was about to close, then her biological father, who was an asshole, showed up, and the teachers at her school didn't help. Sai is not a slow learner by any means, but her way of learning stuff is different. She needs equivalents to things she knows. You need to get a bit in her mindset. Once you get this, she's a fast learner, but schools don't have that kind of patience. They basically branded her a failure. She even dropped out. I would have suggested a special course somewhere else, but that would have offended her. She's always been against being labeled as a special or different. Anyway, Sai was totally different during that period. Foul-mouthed, short-fused, always frowning, the total opposite of how she is nowadays. From time to time, I see that old look cross her face and it scares me. You're comparing her to her teen self, though. People mature. Maybe she'll show signs from time to time, but I bet Sai knows better than to go back to that. I hope so. Get me something cold and sweet, will you? Sure. Well, okay, at least relevant. Cold and sweets. What has... no, you don't have it. What has ice? Come on. There we go. Moonblast. Power Delta, Fluttergy, 2 Carbon Train, all aged. Roxen on... oh. Roxen blended. There we go. And... done. Here. Thanks. This kind of stuff Sai asked for, you know? Now that you mention it. So, I take it Sai's family situation isn't exactly fine and dandy, huh? It's a mess they've tried to fix over time, and I'm glad to say they've actually done it. Sai's mom had a really abusive relationship with Sai's biological father. Sadly, like many other women in the situation, she just tried to justify his actions. But apparently things got nasty when Sai's mom, Miss Emmy, got pregnant. At that point, she had an epiphany, one could say. She didn't want that guy to raise her child, so she finally sought help. Things weren't so easy, though. Before the authorities could take him away, Miss Emmy got a serious beating from him. She still uses a cane to walk, thanks to that. She moved here, Sai was born. She started her... what? She moved here, Sai was born. She started a veterinary clinic. So did he come back? He was drunk and couldn't find any drugs, so he made it to the city. He caused a ruckus for a couple of days until Sai managed to scare him off. How? She beat him to near death 3 times. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but... Oh, don't worry, I laughed too. The dramatic irony there is delicious. I've been wondering, can you really be so calm in the lower parts of the city? I mean, the streets are not exactly safe. And a cat boomer is sure to become a target. Well, I have my security staff with me at all times, so there's no problem. Besides, this part of the city is comfier. Come again? Sure, uptown is cleaner and maybe more secure, but it's also too sterile. Around here, you can actually feel the warmth of the people. You feel there are people living. I especially like going to a busy food stand. Feel the warmth there that uptown doesn't have. It's also easier to talk to people. You finally came. Welcome. If you try to talk to someone in the upper parts of the city, they either shrug you off or flat out ignore you. People around here are a bit wary, but they're also more likely to talk to you. Not that things aren't nice there, though. Can I get you something? I feel like having a beer. Make that 2. But I just want 1. I'm asking for 1 for me, adding 1 to your order. Oh, that, right. Oh, I already screwed up. I screwed up again. Oh boy. I'm losing it. Oh boy. Here. Thank you. Thanks. Sai, you should have seen the kids after you left. They were all playing with the toys you picked. You nailed it again this year. They were all asking, where's Sai? Where's Sai? What do they call you just Sai when they call me Auntie Stella? I don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry I had to leave, but Mom worked overtime that night and I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Well, there were fireworks and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. That little guy managed to get his head and paws inside before getting stuck. It was plastic, so they couldn't just try to break it. That's messy. She needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. Poor fellow was scared. Well, I'm out. Oh yeah, we'll have a New Year's party this Saturday if you want to come. Sure, it's better than just pressing myself with my dad's woes about the next fiscal year. I'll be right here. Bye Jill, bye Sai. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too? I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How was the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Had some fun, broke some glasses. Ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back, the amounts of food was ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Can I get you something? Let's try something classy. Okay. Classy. What would she like? Classy. Brandini? Oh, that's sweet, I guess. Mercury Blast. Fringe Weaver. Cobalt Velvets. Yeah, let's get her Brandini. 3, 1 Carmen Train, all aged and mixed. Something classy. Yep, this is the thing. Stella came in quite cheery about Sunday. This Sunday. Oh yeah. Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th. Really? There's a weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega Santa's story and somehow she got it into her head that by being born on the 25th, she was the spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy. She got over it, but the gifting thing stuck to her. The spiritual reincarnation. Well, that story says the Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit. That Mega Santa was born as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. She thought she was the old Santa spirit in a new body. Heh, that girl was delusional as a kid. Huh. Speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she worried about you going back to your old ways. Something about a rough period where you were angry or something? Oh, that. It's sweet that she's worried, but I won't go back to those days just like that, though. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more sure, you know? I'm not a teen anymore. Expected as much, told her as much. Hey, can you get me something bubbly? Sure. Bubbly. Frothy water. Beer. I mean, you can have another beer, I guess. Fringe weaver. Yeah, sure. There you go. Bubbly, right? Yep. Here. Bubbly. Bubbly. Hey, Jill, this might seem a bit random, but do you remember the first time I came here? Yeah, you're the second white knight I've served. I remember. Why? Precisely because of that. I've been meaning to ask you about that story. How was your other experience with the white knight? If I had to put it simply, the total opposite of you. Oh? She came here as part of her work, looking for information on some case. I went through the motions, offering her a drink and all that, but she came only for her job. At first I thought she was just another private eye, but she showed her badge and all. What kind of case was it? I wouldn't know. She never told me, but she asked if I saw some people. She got pretty intense when I told her I had no idea who she was talking about. I suggested she ask the vending machines outside, but they told her the suspect climbed on them. She got her info and she left. Pretty professional, if a bit intimidating. She seemed personally invested in the case, though. The way she lost her cool was suspicious. You seem to be pretty good at reading people, Jill. It makes me kinda jealous. No, I'm not good at that. It's just coincidence that I noticed it. But you noticed it. I'm not good at reading people. Even if it's Q that was thrown in my face, I wouldn't be able to see it. I'm sure you can compensate with another skill. Any particular reason you asked me about that event? Not really. I just found the fact that I served the other white. I was the only what? Not really. I just found the fact that I was the only other white knight you served. Weird. I mean, really? Just two? Weird, I know. I've spent most of my life with almost no interaction with white knights until I met you. Means you had a good life. Had a nice life then. That sounded creepier than I thought. A bit, yeah. Well, I'm done for today. Thanks, Jill. Please come again. I'll go take my break, Jill. Sure. Oh boy.